in a hot pan, a hot pot, or whatever. If you put this over fire, it's still gonna melt. Okay. What's this? Or metal spatula. Okay. But it is offset. When I was little, I was, from what my parents told me, I was always outgoing. I come from a very good family. I come from a mother and a father who were very loving. They're still together after 54 years. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, so I was a caretaker. I was a caretaker of my brothers. My mom had surgeries in and out, different things that she, had going on physically. When she would go to the hospital, I would take care of my brothers and my sister, and I would try to cook for them, and it was always a big joke. It was bad. They always joke about it, how I used to burn the pork chops, or they would go cry to my mom at the hospital and say, "Carmen cooked for us." I was molested when I was a child. Though, some people put a face on, and deep inside you have something going on inside, but you always tend to pretend that there's nothing going on, and I did that for many years. I felt violated. I didn't feel good about myself inside. I kept almost like myself hidden, the real me hidden inside myself. I also, I ended up doing things I shouldn't have done. I ended up doing criminal activity. I ended up in prison and losing everything. It includes I had lost my relationship. I had lost my children didn't speak to me. And I lost my freedom. And you lose your dignity in there. The day I got out, my parents picked me up and I let out all these balloons of 7 years. I felt that it was a sign of, letting go. I went to go see my probation officer, and he says, "Carmen, there's this program I want to tell you about." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "It's called Community Kitchen, and they help you with life skills, and they teach you cooking techniques." So I said, "Okay." I said, I'll be interested in that. And I thought to myself, cooking, Carmen, is that something for you? I called the school and I came for the orientation, and I listened to what they had to say. I signed up, still in the back of my mind thinking, cooking, Carmen, is that something you want to do? I came the first day of class, and that was the day that I knew this is where I need to be. They gave us a poster board and they said, "We want you to make a collage. We want you to make about your life, about your past, and about your future, what you want. You're going to present this collage in front of the whole staff." And I said, "We're going to present this collage in front of the whole staff?" I said, "I'm embarrassed." And they said, "Why?" And they said, "Just do it." And I made a collage of me being in, I had a picture of me being in prison. Then I made my future of cooking and a house I want to have, and got emotional and told my story. Nobody judged you. Nobody looked at you like, "Oh my goodness," or you didn't feel that embarrassment that I thought I was going to feel. And then things just, I get so excited about it, because I always said, this is one thing I said, and I said it at my graduation, was, this is a place where the only thing they need to give you is a bed to sleep on, because they give you everything. We did this one, it was an experiment, or it was a project where we had to wear a sign in our back. And people would go around and they would write the way they saw you. We wore a sign, but you couldn't see what they were writing. I have that sign to this day. And you couldn't see what they were writing, so you didn't know how they saw you. So you take the sign off and you read it, and I saw people were like, leader, things everybody always saw in me, but I never saw in myself. You look at that and you say, wow, this is really how people see you. When you talk to people who really, really know you and they see you different than how you see yourself, that's what really matters. You're hearing it from people who spend 8 hours a day with you, day in and day out. So that's really where, at that point, with that little project, that I really started seeing and believing who I really am. My best experience came in was when I walked into the kitchen and I met Chef Rose. That lady, really, I knew at that point, this is what I want to do in my life. She was so patient, accepted you, took time for you, and just made you want that passion in life, you know, to do that. I would follow her around and ask her things, and I followed her around and said, you know, how much did you put in there? How do you know how much you put in there? And I started seeing, and just the passion that she had for it made me know that this is what I want to do. My family is very proud. At my graduation, they were proud just me graduating, but then I got an award for leadership, and when I was reading, I also got nominated to speak, and I spoke, and I remember looking out at my family, and my brother was there, and my mom was there, and my mom was crying, and my son was there, and it made me very proud. So when I graduated and I looked around that room, everybody had a story. Everybody had a past. Everybody had a hard past. And I looked in that room and I was no different than anybody else. Yes, I got a leadership award because maybe I did a little bit more, but I wasn't any different than anybody in that room. And we were all wearing white, some were wearing red, but we had all accomplished the same thing. And that's what it's all about. That's what it was all about. Learning about yourself, what people don't see. And all those families that were sitting out there, they were all proud because they had somebody up there. And that's what it was all about. I always look back at where I came from and where I am now. And I've accomplished a lot. I've only been out not even a year yet. I work for one of the top 25 hotels in the nation. So I am very proud of that. I mean, I am very proud of that. So it opened that door. If it wasn't for Community Kitchen, I wouldn't have the job. I wouldn't have the insurance I have right now. I wouldn't have the 401k plan I have. I wouldn't have everything I have right now. Community Kitchen is a place where they believe in you, where they give you the tools to become a better person, where they help find yourself and they accept you. That's what Community Kitchen is. I'm Carmen, and I'm a proud graduate of Community Kitchen. My next goal is to buy a house, and I want to run the restaurant in the hotel. I'm not going to stop until I'm up way at the top. I'm going to go as far as I can go. And they know that. I've told them.